Good morning, students. Welcome to the session of virtual classes of Oscar Public School. Children, today we will revise chapter number 1 and 2 of Supplementary Reader, that is, Book A Pact with the Sun. So, all of you open chapter number 1 given on page 1, A Tale of Two Birds. Children, A Tale of Two Birds is about a mother bird who lives in a forest. She has two babies who are newborn that also live with her. The nest in which the mother bird lives is in a tall tree. Children, on a stormy night filled with thunder, lightning, and rain, the wind started blowing fiercely. It causes the tree to fall down, which result in the death of mother bird. Consequently, the wind blows away the two little birds. Children, it is a story of a mother bird who lives in a forest. She had two young babies, and the nest in which the mother bird lived was on a tall tree. And one stormy night, wind started blowing fiercely, and the tree fall down, which result in the death of the mother bird, and the wind blow away the two little birds. After the storm passes, one bird finds itself near a cave. There live a gang of robbers. On the other hand, children, the second bird fell a little distance away near the ashram of Rishi. Again I repeat, children, one bird finds itself near a cave where lives a gang of robbers. On the other hand, the second bird fell a little distance away near the ashram of a rishi. What happened, children? The storm separated the two little birds. The mother died, yes, and the two little birds separates. So, in order to survive, this first one makes their home on the tree which is near the cave of the gang of robbers, whereas the second one make their nest on a tree near the ashram of Rishi. First one lives in the nest or the tree near the cave of gang of robbers, whereas the second bird makes its nest on a tree near the ashram of Rishi. As time passes, the little bird turned young, grew up. One fine day, a king is visiting the area nearby. He decided to get off his horse and rest near the cave, as the king was visiting there and he wanted to catch the deer. So he was very tired to catch that deer as he was following it. So he decided to get off his horse and rest near the cave. Children, now the story starts. Listen it very carefully. To his surprise, when he rests, he hears a bird's voice. The beak is brown in color and it starts calling out to robbers. It invites them to come and snatch the jewels of the king and steal his horse. Now the king was very scared of, and he ran as soon as possible on his horse. Then he reached to the Rishi ashram. Where he reached? He reached towards the Rishi ashram soon and sit down under the tree once again to rest. What happened next? What surprised him? He hears a bird which welcomes him and asks him to take rest inside the ashram. He look at it and remember it resembles the same brown bird which he saw earlier near the cave. It confuses him how similar looking birds can do. What did she say? That bird says, "Welcome you, sir." He asked to take rest and get inside into the ashram, have glass of water. Now he was confused that same bird, same brown bird. First he was saying like that to me, now this word is saying this to me. What confuses it, children? Now he was confused that similar looking birds are so contrasting in nature, so different in nature. The Rishi clears his confusion and tells him that one outside the cave was the bird's sibling. Sibling is his companion, his brother. He tells the king that they have different nature because they grew up in different company. Rishi clears his confusion that they have different nature because they grew up in different company. As the first one grew up with his robbers, so he talked like that and vice versa. Why? Because he grew up with the robbers. He used to say the robbers thing that snatch the jewel, come and steal his horse. And the second one, which is near my ashram, that is Rishi's ashram, Rishi used to say that come inside, take rest, have water, rest in the ashram. Rishi says that our company matters and determine our nature. What is the conclusion, children? A tale of two birds. What is the moral of the story? You all also have to understand it. A tale of two birds summary teaches us that we must make friends with good nature people. We should make friends with good people. If we live in the company of bad people, we will also turn out like them, bad. But if we stay with good people, we can build our character. We must be good to others. Clear, everyone? Now take out your question answers given on page 3. How did the two baby birds get separated? The two baby birds lived in their mother in a nest in a tall and shady tree. One day there was a storm with thunder, lightning and rain. A big heavy branches hit the nest and killed the mother bird. The strong wind blew the two baby birds away to the other side of the forest. Second question. Where did each of them find a home? Children, one of the baby bird came down near a cave where a gang of robbers lived. The other baby bird landed outside the Rishi ashram, a little distance away. They found different homes, children. Question number 3. What did the first bird say to the stranger? The first bird saw the stranger, that is the king. He called the robber to come quickly and robbed the king of his well and his horse. Fourth question. What did the second bird say to him? The second bird welcomed the king to the ashram. He requested the king to go inside, take some rest, and make himself comfortable. What was the second bird say to him, children? The second bird welcomed the king to the ashram. He requested the stranger to get inside the ashram, take rest. Fifth, how did the rishi explain the different ways in which the bird behaved? The king was surprised about the different behavior of the two birds. The rishi explained that the first bird repeated the words of the robber, but the second bird repeated what he had always heard at the ashram. The different ways were the result of their company. Which one of the following sum of the story best? What is the moral of the story? One is known by the company one keeps. One is known by the company he keeps. Clear, everyone? Now let's continue with our second chapter. Chapter number 2, The Friendly Mongoose. Children, this is a story about a mongoose which grew up and a baby boy of the young farmer and his wife. Children, farmer and his wife love his newborn baby boy a lot. The farmer thinks that it is a good idea to get a pet for their son as a companion, and the wife also agrees with it. But the farmer very soon brings him a baby mongoose as a pet. As time passes by, within 6 months, the mongoose grew up for a full size. On the other hand, the son of the farmer is still a baby who was in the cradle. Cradle is like this, children. Yes, a cot. Being an infant, that is a small baby, the son cries or sleeps. One fine day, the wife of the farmer decides to go to the market, but she asked her husband not to leave the baby alone as she has just fed and cradled him to sleep. Soon, she expects her husband to keep an eye on their baby boy. As she concerned her more is that mongoose is fully grown now, so it's better to be aware of him, as mongoose is fully grown. The farmer does not pay much attention to her, but he assured her that as the mongoose and their son have grown up together, he is rather friendly with their baby. He asked her not to worry too much and stop overthinking. As soon as the wife leaves for the market, the farmer also goes to the field to meet his friends. But his wife returned before him with bag full of groceries. Mongoose greets her, but to her horror, she sees blood on his mouth and paw. What happened, children? The lady, farmer's wife, thought that his child was killed by mongoose. But what happened? The child was killed? No, the child was not killed. There was a black snake, and the mongoose saved her child from that black snake. Children, what happened now? As soon as she saw on the door that mongoose with the blood on his mouth and paw, Mongoose had killed her son, her wife's thought, but it doesn't happen. Through his anger, she assumes that the mongoose has killed her son. She threw the heavy grocery bag on Mongoose. Mangu died on the spot. After that, she go running inside the house to check on her son. To her surprise, she noticed that a snake is lying on the ground. It is torn up and bleeding while the baby is sleeping. Soon she realized the matter and came out to the mongoose. She finds that it was dead. It leaves her in a bad condition. Mongoose saved her baby from the snake. And what did she do? She killed Mongoose. She breaks down crying and regrets. It tells us the action done in anger can always produce wrong result. Children, this chapter teaches us that we must not be judgmental. We must think properly before reaching to a conclusion and understand everything with a calm mind. Now she's again crying near the mongoose and saying that you saved my child, but I have killed you. And she was sobbing. Farmer's wife saw the dead mongoose there, and she was sobbing there. As soon as she heard the baby crying, she went inside to feed her baby at last. She was regretting. She regrets that what she did. So children, now we will discuss question answers given on page 6. Why did the farmer bring a baby mongoose into the house? The farmer had a small son, that is a young baby. He wanted to have a pet to give company to his child. So he brought home a baby mongoose to play with the child. Why didn't the farmer's wife want to leave the baby alone with mongoose? The farmer's wife did not trust the pet mongoose, so she didn't want to leave her soon along with the mongoose. She didn't trust. What was the farmer's comment on wife's fear? Children, the farmer understood why his wife was afraid of leaving the baby alone with mongoose. He tried to remove his fear, but it doesn't happen. He said that mongoose was a friendly animal. It is sweet and gentle just like their own son. But the lady didn't understood. Why did the farmer's wife strike the mongoose with her basket? Children, the farmer's wife struck the mongoose with her basket because she thought that he had killed her baby. Did she repent? Hasty action? How does she show her repentance? Yes, she repented her hasty action when she realized that mongoose had actually saved her son from a snake. But it was too late, children. She ran out looking for the mongoose, but it was already dead. She sobbed and felt extremely sorry for her hasty action. She was sobbing that she had acted hastily and rashly to the dead mongoose. She sobbed and felt extremely sorry for her hasty action. Clear, children, the story? Now your homework is to go through the chapter thoroughly, learn question answers. Children, test will be posted in the group during the query time. You have to complete the test and send me back. All of you, please go through the chapter thoroughly. Read the chapter 3-4 times. MCQ will come from this, children, from the chapters, between the chapters. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.